Welcome to the All Things Fun vidcast. I'm your host, Ed Evans. I'm here with my co-hosts, Allison Eckel and Glenn Walker. We're going to talk about new comics that released today, Wednesday, October 12th, 2011. Before we get started, I should say hello and happy anniversary to my lovely wife.
Oh.
Yes. When you're watching this, yesterday will have been our 8th wedding anniversary.
Awesome.
So not too shabby. All right, let's get that.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. My partner in crime.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. So it's been a crazy year.
Yeah.
So, but in any event, what else is going on there?
Also,
Allison?
big news, this weekend is New York Comic Con, and I will be representing the All Things Fun vidcast on Sunday, which is Kids Day. So, as I understand, kids get in free, and trains are cheaper, and I think some kids get in free on trains to go on up to New York City and have a great day of it. I will be wearing my All Things Fun t-shirt, which has the logo on the back, and my Gryffindor house tie lanyard with my press credentials on it. So if you're there, I'm walking around. I don't have a place to be, like a table or anything, but I'll be walking around the kids' events and visiting Artists Alley and talking to publishers and getting my free stuff from DC and Marvel. And yeah, so if you see me, you know, as we're going past all the crowd, say hi.
Tackle her.
Yes.
There won't be any room. It's always too crowded.
Take her down.
Much easier to stalk now with the All Things Fun shirt on. So,
All you Richie Rich fans, get her.
get her, get her. All right. So what do we have this week? Looks like you guys want to start with DC, huh?
Maybe not.
DC. What's that?
Lots of number 2s out from DC with the New 52. They're actually putting the New 52 on all their covers, just in case we didn't understand.
Well, on all the covers except for American Vampire and Tiny Titans.
Well, and Huntress. Huntress is
And
not a New
Huntress.
52.
American Vampire?
Yes.
That's a Vertigo title.
It's a sort of a DC book.
That came out this week. In fact, it's the only DC book that Ed has this week. American Vampire Survival of the Fittest. That's called a segue, boys and girls. 5 of 5. This is the end of this current arc for American Vampire. Good read, a lot of fun. A Vertigo title, not part of the DC universe. You were saying?
Yes.
I got a book in this week.
So, of the DC Comics titles that I gave you, Glenn, what ones do you like?
Obviously, Allison's not ready, so she's passing it off to me.
I never read as much as I want to.
2 books that I was not excited about. I wasn't excited about the characters. Grifter I knew nothing about, and Resurrection Man, I hated the book when it was out. Get off my lawn. The first issues really impressed me. Great stories, and that continues this week with the number 2 issues. Still compelling stories. Like them a lot. The rest of the DC books that I have, the rest of the number 2s, they all improved with the second issue. So if you didn't like the first ones, get the second ones. Legion Lost. The mystery gets deeper. What's going on? Why are they trapped? And what is the disease? Mr. Terrific. If you like the first one, you will love the second one. This is my pick this week. The interplay between Karen Stark, not Power Girl yet, and Mr. Terrific is great. I love all the gadgets. He's kind of like Hank Pym in the DC universe with all the great innovations.
Does he beat Karen?
He does not beat Karen.
Oh, okay.
But
You don't have to bring that up every time Hank is mentioned.
It's a great read. Batwoman. The Batwoman stuff is as good as the detective stories, and the chase stuff is very good. There's a whole underground in Gotham City that we didn't know about before that's very intriguing.
But again, why is she so white?
Yeah, that's a problem we both have.
Like there's no tint in her skin at all.
We're trying to figure that out. Is she a vampire? Is she an albino? We're not getting it.
And if she's so much of that white, out of costume as in costume, why hasn't anyone figured it out yet?
But I have to say, stylistically, I like it. Visually, it's cool. Frankenstein, Agent of Shade, I love this book. It's twisted, it's cool. Jeff Lemire, I said it last week, he is the man.
All right.
That's all the DCs I got.
Well, speaking of twisted, I'll start off with the ones I didn't read because I don't tend to like that stuff, but I hear good things about is Suicide Squad #2. The first issue was a whole bunch of just torture, and then at the end they get set off with an assignment, so I'm assuming #2 is the beginning of their assignment.
Well, again, hate what Harley's wearing, but she's the highlight. She's the best part of the book.
There you go. And Deathstroke, he was given a team in issue number 1. The team didn't make it out. So we'll see what he does in issue number 2.
Maybe he gets a new team.
He's a super villain. Of course the team doesn't make it out.
They try to turn it into something like an A-team with like kids and an old guy who's really the veteran and need gadgets, need science and everything. But that ended. That was one shot, and then we've got he continues on, and we'll see what happens.
Meat Shield.
What's that?
Meat Shield.
Meat Shield.
Yes.
We have Batman and Robin. I haven't had a chance to look through this one yet. The first issue of most of the Batman titles had a lot of villains in really awful situations. This one so far on the flip through is a lot of talking, so maybe that's not so horrible. Green Lantern, number 2. First issue was, we saw a lot of Hal. You know, what happens to your superhero when you have his wonderful power taken away and he has to go home and pay the bills, and that was really compelling. And by the end, Sinestro shows up and says, all right, I need you back, but you can't ask me any questions. So the cover of this one, we've got a big battle going on, so I'm assuming they're all back in the fray and there's more Green Lantern-y stuff going on in this one. The first issue was probably okay for younger readers. Most of this is rated teen, which DC says is 12 and up. I didn't think 12-year-olds were teenagers, but that's my soapbox. The cover does have one character on here that is really freakish, so just parents keep that in mind. Superboy.
He's a dentist's dream. He's got
Yeah, right.
3 mouths.
3 mouths full of teeth. Superboy continues. He hasn't quite left Cadmus yet, or whatever that. Nowhere. It's nowhere.
Project Nowhere.
Sorry.
Cadmus Dana.
But there was a whole big explosion, so they're going to deal with that.
Pretty art.
Now, these are the 2 that I did read. Batgirl, very compelling, really a fun read about her and her being Batgirl. You know, you're in her head, you see her situation.
The Mirror is a very intriguing villain.
Yeah, and he stays she gets to battle him, and he stays complicated. We don't resolve that by the end. It stays compelling. My pick of the week is Demon Knights. Paul Cornell is just awesome, and it's totally fun. Just awesome.
And you can tell he's having fun.
He's having a great time.
Love the characters. Again, love the interaction.
It's a whole huge
Demon
cast of
Knights
characters.
Is another one, gets better with the second issue.
Really good.
All right. Okay. We'll tell you
We're
what.
almost out of time.
Yeah. This is a good breaking point. So we're gonna break right here, and much to the chagrin of our cameraman, and then we'll be right back with some Marvel and some kid stuff and some trades with the next installment of the All Things Fun Vidcast. Stay right there. We'll be right back.